going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for part 4 of the KATANA Street Fighter build. We got all kinds of new things that finally showed up in the mail, like the front seat, the back seat for the new Fender, and we also got the turn signal integrated tail light for the CBR Fender. So that's what that looks like. That showed up. I also got my shorty exhaust. The Katanas had that little drop stand and it was broke. I explained that in the previous videos. You can go back and watch if you missed those. But I'm cutting these mounts off because I don't need them. And this one's actually in the way of where the new exhaust is going to sit. So I'm going to cut this one off. And then when the adapter's in here, it actually hangs the exhaust about this far. So I can put my brace around it and then mount it to the original exhaust mount that was up here for the full exhaust. I can't use this mount anymore because the pipe won't bend that far. I have a pipe bender, but it was a $380 Yoshimura exhaust and I don't want to fucking bend the pipe. I'd rather just sell it and get the money for it because it'll pretty much pay for everything else that I've got for the build this far. So definitely gonna get the shorty exhaust, and they just look better in my opinion for this type of bike. So we're gonna go with that. Okay, so you already know what the bike sounded like with the Yoshimura exhaust. You can refer back to previous videos to hear that. But I think, in respect for you guys, maybe I should do one startup without any exhaust so you guys can see how deathly loud it is. And then we'll throw this on and see the difference.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, so this is a carbureted bike, and they are a little grumpy when you start them up at first, so I wasn't going to rev bomb it when it's not completely warmed up, but we're going to slap this on and see the startup difference. See if it muffles it just the slightest bit, and that actually looks clean as fuck right there. I'm super happy with that. Well, got all the mounts for the rear fender, so I put on 2 little rubber bushings there so it keeps this nice and quiet on the frame. Then we just made these 2 mounts in here that come up to mount to the back of the fender, these 2 here. I chopped off another little chunk that used to be off of the old setup back here, and it fit perfectly under these, like, it's like even triangle. It just fits perfect under there. So now we have that lined up, and we can mount our the front of the rear fender here, and it looks nice and clean. Then last thing to do now is make the custom bracket for the rider seat, the front seat, and then I'm gonna have to try to make some kind of a locking mechanism for the back seat out of the old one that was on here, because the key goes in there, hooks up to this, and then I'm gonna just probably cut this in half and then try to cut this and make my own square locking mechanism. This cross member here is right where the braces are for the seat, so you can put pressure on it. So then that's nice and sturdy. I love it. Turned out awesome. And then we have to fabricate another little cross member here so we can hook up the tail light. New day. We stayed awake until about 6 in the morning. Went to bed for a few hours. It's 10 a.m. now, so we're drinking coffee instead of beer and just going with the flow. So let's keep rolling. Coors Banquet's always there for me. Well guys, that was a successful rear end build. We tore it all apart, cut the frame, tweaked it up, made all the custom mounts for the seats, and now we're just waiting on a few more parts. There's a little filler piece that comes here, and that'll match up to my side fairings that I cut out, and then we'll have to wrap those in carbon fiber, which is still on its way. So yeah, we've done pretty much all we can do. Tack welded the exhaust onto the adapter piece, and then my exhaust wrap is also coming in the mail, so then we'll wrap from the manifold all the way down the headers to right where this new shorty exhaust is on. And I have to make a custom bracket here to wrap around the brace mount, because it's not close enough to this to where the brace mount can squeeze tightly on this. I have to just do a little drop bracket, so not a huge deal. We have to wait for that to come, and I'm probably going to order some gold foot pegs, maybe repaint these levers here, the shifter lever and the brake lever here. Yeah, but this is how it turned out. Hella dope. I started using my little gold screws that I have everywhere, tucked under there, and then the two that hold the fender down on the frame back here is under this seat, and I just threw in the tail light and the license plate, and my two little gold screws there, so just miscellaneous little gold screws hanging around everywhere. Turned out super fucking clean. I'm so happy with that. It's so sexy. So yeah, just gonna wait for everything else to show up in the mail, and I will see you guys then. Thanks for watching part 4. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Racks on racks